Now that Amy and I have completed our investigations, we're ready to reveal our findings to each other and our clients for the first time. So guys, I want you to meet Amy. She's gonna be doing the reveal from another room so she can concentrate on your case and the dead without any distractions. Amy, meet Brandy and her fiance, Mark. They live in the home with their son, Trevor, and this is him right here, who's 29 years old. Obviously, we're not there in the home. We're in a local library. We'll get into why later, but you should know that whatever's in the house is ripping this family apart. And if we can't find a solution, you guys really don't think you're gonna make it, do you?
Yeah.
So, that being said, Amy may have some questions for you. If not, she'll tell us about her walk.
When I first arrived, I absolutely felt a lot of negative energy. And when I walked into the kitchen, I encountered an elderly woman. I also encountered her in the back bedroom to the right.
That's Trevor's room.
And then in the main bedroom, I saw her kind of running around. She was in both rooms trying to shake you guys awake.
Anything at all about who this woman was when she was alive?
I would put her like probably in her late 70s. She kept talking about the year 1996 and she was freaking out, but there was a specific incident involving a truck pulling up that she's extremely upset about. And it's why she keeps trying to wake everyone up.
In 1996, an elderly woman did live on your property. Her name was Frances Ruther. And in 1975, she bought the land with her husband, Arno. They lived in the house right next to you. Now, they lived there together for about 25 years. And in 1994, Arno suffered a massive heart attack. Frances called for the ambulance. She was watching it all happen. And by the time they came and brought him to the hospital, they pronounced him DOA at the hospital, but he was probably dead at the house. Now, you said 1996. That happens to be the same year Frances had a new home built on the property. And that's the house you guys live in. Now, we're not really sure if she actually lived in that house or not. Either way, it seems it was hard on her to stay there, and she sold the property. She moved out of town and died in 2008. She was 84 when she died. So, is it possible Frances could be the woman that's bothering them?
I would say so.
What else did you see?
So one of the things I noticed was that there is a lot of anger. When I walked into the garage, it got worse. I felt the energy of a living male.
Just seeing like a big guy, drinking alcohol and feeling very angry.
Then I was hearing somebody talking about death and somebody talking about suicide, and I saw a gun.
Now's the time to tell you why we're in this library. Whenever Mark's in the house, he goes into rages, and he's not himself. Actually, these guys were afraid if we did this in the house, you won't be able to handle whatever news you gave him. I found something very odd in your area. Amy, you mentioned suicide and gun. I found there was 5 brutal murder-suicides within a 10-year period. When you got 5 separate ones in a 10-year period in an area where hardly anybody lives, that's a lot.
How far out did you go?
But they were all within a couple of miles of the house.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Now, where is this anger coming from? All right. When I went out back and to the left, I encountered what I initially thought was an animal, but I'm like, oh, it's not. It's actually a deceased female. What I got was that she had been buried, I think alive, and left for dead. She has become animalistic in nature because all she's being driven by now is revenge and rage. I really couldn't get like when she died. I would say 1940 until now. I got the name Bobby, and I also heard the number 150.
As far as this dead woman you saw, you said 1940s and 150. Now, I came across a pretty tragic story during my research. But before I get to that, Amy, you should know a couple of miles behind the house is a military base called Fort Lewis. The base has a wooded area that's become a dumping ground for murder victims. Nearly 100 bodies have been recovered from there over the years. One of them was a 17-year-old girl named Noreen McNicholas. In November of 1948, she left home to go to school and vanished. Her body, that was badly decomposed, was found in a swampy, shallow grave. Autopsy showed that she had been badly beaten and strangled to death. The case went cold for a few years. At that time, 2 enlisted men took their dates to the area where Noreen's body was found. And this is where it gets a little strange. One of the girls, an 18-year-old named Ella Cooper, started panicking and screamed out, "Noreen, look out."
Huh?
Luckily, there was a cop nearby and heard that and went over to investigate. Turns out Ella was with Noreen the day she was murdered. She said that she and Noreen went to the park with 2 men. So one of the guys' name was Bill Smith, and the other guy she only knew as Bob. Apparently, Noreen wasn't interested in Bill, so he killed her in a jealous rage. Detectives tracked him down, and he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Now, Ella wound up giving a description of this guy, Bob. It's a big coincidence, but the journalist I spoke to said the cops got 150 leads on this guy, but not one of them worked out.
I had a sketch done of how she's now projecting herself.
It's pretty macabre. Oof.
Weird. Half dog, half human. That's pretty creepy.
You have to understand, she is full of rage. She's responsible for a lot of the physical attacks in the house, and that's where the anger's coming from, is from her. But she's really mad at men, and I'm worried about what she can do to you. That could become a very volatile situation where Mark may harm himself or harm others.
Something's got to be done. I can't do that. No, I can't. I knew it. I knew it was me.